are. It's that time of year again. It's almost time. We're counting down. It's almost time. Oh, I know that it's gonna be my year. I say it every time, but this time I'm right. This is my year. When that clock strikes 12, it's my time to shine. I'm gonna grab a girl or boy. There are more than two genders. And you know what's next. I don't need to say. Besides, I will have forgotten by the next day. Oh me, why am I not out tonight? The kids are in bed, I've got a bottle of wine, I'm gonna sleep tonight. You're telling me that you celebrate New Year. You give the girl the control to brainwash your soul. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. I'm not like the rest. I'm not a circus clown. This won't be a messy night. I keep my brain in check, 'cause I've got things to do. But I will still count down to midnight. It's almost time.
Who cares?
It's almost time. It's almost time.
All idiots.
It's almost time.
Oh, get on with it.
It's almost time.
Come on, is it time? Is it time yet?
Almost time. It's almost time. It's almost time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Whoa, here it goes, check in, it's 2020. My head's spinning, my wallet missing, I vow to never drink ever again. Hey Gwen.
Hi love, Happy New Year, how are you keeping?
Not too bad, I guess. I'm blessed that I rose to the dreaded hangover half-dressed this morning.
Poor thing, you keep on yawning.
But I gotta keep up my hauling, Gwen. You see, I'm moving back to my halls this week.
The time has flown, I can't believe you're in your second year of university, doing what you love and representing the woman of our community. You go, queen.
I'm not sure what you mean.
What do you mean? You don't know what I mean. Don't let your ignorance blind you, girl. Read an article or a newspaper, girl. The world around you is changing fast and the ruling class will be outclassed finally.
You're giving me anxiety.
It's a part for our society. Let me lighten thee.
Not today, please. I'm a busy bee. I don't want to debate about policies. It bores me. I just want to party.
Chloe, my love, why can't you see the world's much bigger than you and me? I'll leave you be, you're a busy bee, just check in with me by the end of the week.
Cheers, Gwen. I'll see you then.
I don't see why she can't understand. I think she lives in a fairy tale land. I don't know if I can work with this. She seems so comfortable in her life of bliss. Or maybe I'm just thinking too much. Could it be I'm just out of touch? With Gen Z, I just don't understand. Maybe I could give her a chance. It's just a rundown, it's just a rundown, it's just a rundown, oh. It's just a rundown, it's just a rundown, it's just a rundown, oh. Hello, Chloe.
Hey, Gwen.
How are you keeping, my love?
I'm feeling great. I'm heading straight back to my halls today. I'm packed and ready. Got my bevies for the party tonight.
I'm glad you're set for your journeys. Just be careful what you drink, please. I'll make some good memories.
Sure, Gwen. This will be the year for me. There's no place I'd rather be. Nothing bad will ever happen to me.
Your privilege is showing, Chloe. The world isn't so safe. China's found its first case of a new respiratory virus that attacks the lungs inside of us. You can call it a plague. There's more deaths every day. Soon it'll be heading our way, and by then it will have a name. What? That doesn't sound so bad. Well, maybe this will make you mad.
People who fight for our rights continue to lose their lives at a staggering rate. But it's not all doom and gloom. The US president's trial starts soon, an impeachment of abuse of power that goes against the ideals set by the founding fathers. He ordered an assassination from across the nation. Our friends from overseas were brought down to their knees. The needs of the land of the free are important to me.
I hear you, Gwen, and I respect your wishes, but I think it's time for me to do the dishes.
Okay, I get you. I guess I must have overstepped. I'll be careful of what I say when I see you next.
Cheers, Gwen. I'll be seeing you then. I'm not sure Gwen thinks I understand, when all I need is a helping hand. The politics are confusing at times. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm heading back to my halls tonight, so everything will be alright. I'm excited to see my friends, make sure the fun never ends. It's just a rundown, just a rundown, just a rundown, oh, oh, oh. Just a rundown, it's just a rundown, just a rundown, oh, oh, oh.
Hello?
Hey Gwen, how are you today? Sorry for calling so late. I've got some questions to ask you if that's okay.
Hey love, hope that you're keeping okay. Please ask away. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I'm a little embarrassed to talk about this. I didn't realise it was such a sensitive subject.
I'm not here to object. Just get whatever you need off your chest.
Okay. Well, I was talking to this girl today. Well, I guess now that's not the right thing to say. They told me I should call them they. They were really upset and got really mad. And I don't get why what I said was so bad.
Oh my dearest love, you've had a culture shock. I guess uni is the time that the penny starts to drop. We come from a town where everyone is the same. The only way to tell the difference is from the different names. A city is a place where diversity collides. You see, people can come in many different kinds. The person you met asked to be called them or they. Their pronouns are for them to decide what you say. They may not identify with the gender that was assigned, so they are entitled to change their mind. I can't tell you why, because everyone is different. If you want to know more, I suggest you go and listen to their stories and their truths, and then it's up to you to continue to learn about the difficulties the community face from the rest of the human race. LGBTQ+ may be new in its name, but it can be traced back thousands of years away. But it's now the conversations have seemed to start about our people and what they feel inside their heart. And the least we can do is understand and be an ally when they need a helping hand.
A culture shock. I guess you got that right. I almost feel like I've been blinded by the light of the truths you told me. And you didn't scold me for asking these questions that I'm too afraid to ask. Feel I'm not up to the task of learning. I'm yearning to explore. I'm sure my truth is unknown. I'm drowning in a world of which I don't know where I stand. In this new place and new discoveries, I thought it would be a breeze. I guess I'm just too naive to believe that I swim in a sea with people I wish I could be.
I'm not sure what you mean.
What do you mean you don't know what I mean? Oh, don't worry about it. I'm sure I'll get past it. Thanks for the chat, it means a lot, but I'm afraid it's time for me to pop off. I'll take on board what you said. Next time, I won't be so scared. I'll speak to you in a week or two.
All right, my love. You know where I am if you need me. For now, it's goodbye until then.
I feel something deep inside of me. It's calling out that it wants to be freed. Should I listen to my head or heart? I'm scared that I'm gonna fall apart. Since starting uni, I felt so lost. I locked myself away and look at the cost. I'm a shell of my former self. I think I need to go and get some help. It's just a rundown. It's just a rundown. It's just a rundown. Oh, oh, oh. It's just a rundown. It's just a rundown. It's just a rundown. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello?
Gwen, oh my god, where have you been? I've been trying to call you all day.
Hey love, I'm sorry, I've been busy. What do you want to say?
So much has happened, I'm so shocked. The whole world has been rocked by the news of Ryan and his daughter being killed in a helicopter. But it doesn't stop there. The world just isn't fair. A presenter has taken her life after facing such strife from the media we trust. Oh, it's just too much. Now we all pledge to be kind. I don't know how long it'll last, mind.
That's so tragic. I missed so much. I was struck by the news. Now I feel feel so out of touch. Did you hear that the virus now has a name? It's COVID-19 and it's in the UK. The YOU has declared we should be scared of this virus that attacks the lungs inside of us. I trust this has grown so much, so we must stay in touch while you continue your academics during a pandemic that is on the rise. That's what I advise.
I've heard rumours uni's gonna close. No one knows if learning will all be remote. What a joke. I'm not stoked for the darkness that lie ahead. I would rather stay in bed. Could I pretend that I'm dead?
Are you right in the head? People are losing their lives every day, and you joke and you play these games. It's not okay. This is only scratching the surface of how much of a mess our world is in. Australia is in flames, 1 billion species have been erased, and now we have to face the fact the US president was acquitted, even after the crimes he committed. And to top it all off, a black woman was shot, not once but 8 all times while she laid unarmed in her bed. You said you'd rather stay in bed and pretend you're dead. How insensitive of you. The world's much bigger than just you. You're more interested in a pub crawl. Your white privilege will be the death of us all. It's your biggest downfall. Have you no shame with your aim to crack a quick joke about these folks who are just like you and I? Quite frankly, I'm surprised by your lack of empathy for other people's unpleasantries. Anything else you want to say before I head away?
Are you mad at me?
I'm disappointed. You're a smart, bright girl, but having fair opinions. You're not as progressive as you think, Chloe.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've always said you'd never judge me, but obviously I've overstepped and I've offended. That's not what I intended to do. Now I feel like such a fool. God, I'm so rude.
Stop, it's just no use. Just learn from your mistakes and amendments will be made. I was a little harsh on you, my love, but I can see so much potential in you, and I know I can be influential with my views, but it's up to you to educate yourself on the privilege that comes with your ivory skin, and then to take it on the chin, and I'm sure we'll be on to a win. Show me a grin, you'll get there. Just take a breath and get to learning.
Thank you, Glenn, and I'm sorry for my one-dimensional view on the world. Same time next week.
Sometimes we butt heads on our different views,
It feels like we are detonating our views,
but all in all I know that you've got my back.
and you help me to stay on track.
I want the best for you,
So do I.
so this next statement doesn't come as a surprise. I love you more than I can physically admit, so together forever we must stick. That was the rundown, that was the rundown, that was the rundown, oh. That was the rundown, that was the rundown, that was the rundown, oh.
We interrupt this broadcast with an important announcement.
The Prime Minister has stated that the UK will enter a 3-week lockdown. Here's what he has to say.
Good evening. All over the world, we are seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer. So tonight, I want to update you on the latest steps we are taking to fight the COVID-19 and what you can do to help. You must stay at home, because this is the critical thing we must do to stop the disease spreading between households. Therefore, you will only be allowed to leave your home for the very limited purposes. Shopping for basic necessities as infrequently as possible. One form of exercise a day, for example, a run, a walk, or a cycle, alone or with members of your household. Any medical treatment to provide care or to help a vulnerable person. And to travel to and from work, but only where absolutely necessary and cannot be done from home. Thank you.
The Prime Minister went on to add that these are troubling times, and with such uncertainty, we must band together to protect our older generation and our precious NHS.
That is all for this evening. Stay home, stay safe, and good night.
Breaking news. The Prime Minister has been admitted to hospital just 10 days after testing positive with coronavirus.
Captain John has set out to walk 100 laps of his garden by his 100th birthday in order to raise £1,000 for the NHS.
He has now surpassed that target and has raised over £20 million.
In other news, the content creating platform Music Me has taken the world by storm.
Savage love, did somebody break your heart? Looking like an angel, but you're savage love. When you kiss me, I know you don't get 2 fucks.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know? How would they know? How would they know?
I can't. I can't.
Oh my god!
MusicMe is now the most downloaded app in 2020. With the pandemic having no end in sight, people are taking to the app to keep themselves entertained whilst the world combats this virus.
And finally, people across the UK report having strange and vivid dreams.
Is the lockdown taking its toll on the UK public? That's all for this evening. Stay home, stay safe, and good night.
Hey guys, for those of you who have been living under their quarantine rocks, it has just been announced that the Prime Minister has contracted COVID-19. Now, we know that at the start of March, the Prime Minister visited a hospital where he confirmed that there were a few coronavirus patients. And not only that, the Prime Minister confirmed that he shook hands with everyone. He even boasted with pride that he continues to shake hands amongst the COVID-19 outbreak. Flash forward to the 27th of March, the Prime Minister, our head of state, has contracted mild symptoms and has tested positive for COVID-19. In a video message he shared online, the PM stated that he is working from home and self-isolating, and that's entirely the right thing to do. This coming from the same head of state who has missed 5 COBRA meetings in regards to acknowledging the severity of the pandemic. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments below.
Well, 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 what do we have here, my dearest Daisy and all her musketeers? Let me tell you, my child, your opinions are just too buck wild. Have you got these false accusations somewhere all just stockpiled? I've taught you better than this. Go back and reminisce. Look back on the time we spent together agreeing that our Prime Minister treats UK constituents better than your oh so precious leftist politicians do. Our Prime Minister has done everything in his power to keep us safe. What you're saying about it just isn't the case. He didn't miss any COBRA meetings. That's just false news that the media is feeding. How do you keep on believing it? I hope our glorious Prime Minister makes a speedy recovery. The least you can do is be respectful to our PM and apologise for your lies. And that is what you kids say on facts.
It didn't take you very long to attack me with these inaccurate opinions. How can that be? Yes, you're my mother who is white, but that doesn't always mean that you're right. A fine example of your ignorance lies within your distorted vision of our Prime Minister. In fact, it's quite sinister that you blindly believe that he went to these COBRA meetings when there are numerous articles out there defeating your argument.
COVID is getting harder to control, and no one, not even the Prime Minister, knows how to stop this sinking ship before we head into an abyss. UK deaths past 26k, and the government's trying to downplay the extreme disruption we'll face as the virus kills at a fast pace. And amongst these troubling times, you'll get a handful of people online who don't know how to mind their business, and will try to insist you disclosing where you sit on the political spectrum. When they find out where you sit on the line, they'll treat you like you've committed a crime. They'll cry.
That's no fake news, you are confused. You don't know how to tell the truth. I don't know where I went wrong with you. It seemed to start with your first tattoo.
I don't know why you gotta cross the line. Gotta get personal, yeah, that's fine. You bring me down when things don't go your way. Just because you're my mother, you think you can say that you know what's best because of your age. When making babies was all the rage, you tried to lock me in a cage and think I'll obey. No way.
And amongst these unsettling times, you'll get a handful of people online who just can't seem to keep their mouths shut. No justice, it's just us, but you're the ones causing all the ruckus. And when I find out where you sit on the line, I'll know for sure that you commit lots of crimes. I don't lie, did you're just as bad as them. Without your hair you don't look as femme. The colour just looks like phlegm, I condemn.
Okay, Enough! Jeez! Stop oversharing on the internet, Mum.
Breaking news. A viral video showing a US officer pinning down a black man has taken the world by storm.
The video in question shows the 46-year-old male crying the words, "I can't breathe," as the officer kneels on his neck for over 8 minutes.
Protests and vigils are being held around the USA to show solidarity for the black man's family and friends.
Not only are these protests being held in the US, the world has been taken by storm by unresting news, and the hashtag Black Lives Matter has been growing in numbers.
In other news, the Prime Minister is out of hospital and has fully recovered from COVID-19. That's all for today. Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you for joining me here today. I know there's lots of things that you all want to say, but first, let me make one thing clear for all students to hear. This is something you can't afford to get on board and show your support for. With deadlines, exams and vivas on the rise, your limited time should not come as a surprise. So, although what we're about to discuss is important, remember where your true priorities lie. So, as you may or may not have heard, this week, if you don't mind me taking over, has shone the light on the institutional racism minorities face day to day. The news of our brother being murdered in Minneapolis is proof of the slaughter we face as part of the human race. We are starved at the table we were forced to build. Our basic needs have never been fulfilled. You silence our voices when we point out the abuse, but you're the first to go and accuse. Is the extra melanin in my skin such a threat to you? Black Lives Matter, and that's the truth.
Daisy, all lives do matter. White people like me mate with your father, make beautiful mixed race babies. You may think that's crazy, but I've given you a place in this world. You follow after me, not after him. Nobody could tell you're black from your skin. This isn't your fight, you could pass as white. You're not under threat, so just leave it.
This is bigger than us, so much bigger than us. We've gotta find our voice, stand and make some noise. The time for hiding is done. Take the momentum and run. This may be bigger than us, but it has to start with us. You're right. This is bigger than us, but we need to address something in this call. Karen, you may have birthed a mixed race child, but your blatant whitewashing is absolutely wild. You claim you're a saviour by ripping a culture away from her, and still she's managed to find her voice, even though you didn't give her much choice. She's doing everything right to fight for her rights. Seems you made up your mind before she was even born. Daisy, keep fighting the good fight. You know it's right. I'm here to guide you if you lose your light. Thanks, Gwen. It means a lot. I've been struggling with my heritage. Sometimes I feel like I'm going mad. I'm so alone, trying to find a community that will love me for me.
Oh, I can't believe this. You didn't want to hear what I said, so you muted me. How mature. It's not my fault that you feel this way. Believe it or not, I didn't have a say on how you'd accept your Creole self or how you do your hair. Your father wasn't around, so you can pin your blame there. Her views may be skewed, but they're hers to make. But make no mistake, she is not the voice that represents us all. Gwen has been the voice that continues to shape me, taught me not to fear the differences of the world that surrounds me, to learn, to grow, to embrace that change. We should celebrate we're not the same. We should join together and say,
this is bigger than us, so much bigger than us. We gotta find our priorities, stand and make some noise. Time for hiding is done. Take on the man and take away. This may be bigger than us, but it has to start with us. You say, what's the point in all this? We're more divided because of it. Your anti-fascist views just don't make sense. You want equality, to be seen as the same as me and my skin, but you kick off when I point out the hypocrisy.
What do you mean we're not asking for much? You seem so out of touch with the issues we face. Why can't you come from a common place of being a decent human and protecting the ones who can't protect themselves? There's a reason we're out on the streets, and we'll never accept defeat.
You've clearly won. You're the king of the hill as you point your gun of that's racism at anyone
who disagrees with you. It's impossible to reason with you.
Stand still and just a move. We've got a lot to prove. Don't stop until we've won.
This is not our fight. We've still got our rights. Don't push your views on us.
There's a lot more than people know. Your privilege will show. Gotta wake up and fight for what's right.
But we aren't your enemy. You put us in the same category. We've got our own battles to bleed for.
This is just absurd. Your voices have been heard. All lives matter, you're right. But your lives are not at risk because of the color of your skin. We have to fight for our lives. This is bigger than us, so much bigger than us. We gotta find our voice. Stand and make some noise. The time for hiding is done. Take some momentum and run. This may be bigger than us, but it has to start with us. This is bigger than us, so much bigger than us. We gotta find our voice. Stand and make some noise. The time for hiding is done. Take some momentum and run. This may be bigger than us, but it has to start with us.
Hey Gwen.
Hello, Chloe. How you keeping, my love?
I'm feeling great. I'm heading straight back home today. I'm packed and ready. Got my teddies for the journey tonight.
I can't wait to see you, Chloe. It's been so long, the pandemic's taken a toll on me. I can't believe you'll be in your final year of uni. You go, Queen.
Yeah, that's me. I gotta thank you for everything you've done for me. You're the real MVP.
Oh, come on, Chloe. You're always flattering me. Your achievements are a credit to you. Please be proud of everything that you do. Speaking of achievements, I've invited Daisy today. I hope that's okay. Hey, Gwen. Oh, hello, Chloe.
Hey Daisy, how are you today? I didn't know you'd be here, but that's okay. Nice to see you nice. How are you? Is everything alright? I hear you continue to fight your rights. Did you find that community you were looking for? Oh, I'm sure you'll find it. You'll find your place in the world. You're more than welcome to chat with us. It's so nice to see you. Will you be joining us every week from now?
Chloe, take a breather, my love. You've asked a million questions but have received no reply. Just take your time. Daisy is just fine. You both mean a lot to me, and that's why you're both here, you see. Hi, Chloe. I'm doing well, thank you. I wasn't expecting to see you here either, but it's nice to see you, I guess. I'm blessed to have met Gwen a couple of weeks ago in the meeting. You know, of course, you were there. I swear you were there. More of an observer than a talker, aren't you?
It's true, I was a little quiet that day, but it's not my place to say anything about the experiences you face from the rest of the human race. All I can do is listen and understand, and be there if you need a helping hand.
A helping hand? What makes you say it like that? We need all the help we can get to start stating the facts of how people of colour are seen as much duller than their white counterparts. You don't have to be smart to see the inequality we face from the rest of the human race. Do you understand?
I'm not sure what you mean.
What do you mean you don't know what I mean? You should be worried about this. Gwen's part of the demographic I'm talking about. You can't just tap out. We gotta mobilise and protest to get out of this mess. Are you with us or not?
Of course I'm with you. I'll do whatever I can to try and make a stand.
Well, be careful, you two, with whatever you do. Gwen, you're not joining us? I'm afraid not, my love. I've got to look out for myself and my family. I know the reality of the world we live in, and I have to keep my head down for the sake of my children. I hope you understand. Totally understand. Chloe, it's up to us now. You need to use your privilege to highlight black struggles. You need to stand up for people like Gwen who live in fear and can't take a stand for themselves. Okay, you two, that's enough for today. Promise me you'll look out for each other, okay? It's a dark time we live in, so stay vigilant on the streets. Until the next time we meet, I'll speak to you in a week.
tragic events that happened just 3 days ago, I know we are all feeling a bit shaken. I know this must be a very difficult time for some of you, but I'm glad you're all here. Some weeks ago, we all met in a meeting to discuss a similar situation to this, but this time, it has hit a lot closer to home. Those of us who knew Gwen knew that she was kind-hearted, looked after those around her, and stood up for what she believed in. She didn't stand up. She reflected the reality that many of us face, broken and scared, fear for her family. She knew the reality of the world and she was worried about this happening. It should have been me. She didn't ask for this. I was willing to die for the cause. She had a family, but now you can all see the truth. All lives matter. What about Gwen? Was she a threat when she left after dark to get medicine for her kids and then never returned home? Now those kids don't have a mother, and I don't have a friend.
Now I see the reality of what could happen to you. Stop this now. Stop thinking you can change the world before you get hurt too.
I will not back down until this stops, until people like Gwen are safe, until children and parents don't have to worry about losing each other just because of the colour of their skin.
Chloe, how are you coping with all this? I know you were close with Gwen. This must be really hard for you.
Well, I'm not really sure. I've struggled to come to terms with what's been going on. Try to close my eyes and picture myself on a beach someplace far away from here, someplace where maybe she would near someplace, maybe, just maybe. But I couldn't dream away the pain, couldn't think of a better day. I've never felt so alone before, never knew someone could be just within my reach, but just so out of reach, so far away. I'm trying to find the way to close my eyes and drift away, 'cause every day is always the same, and I don't want this anymore. I don't want this anymore. I just want to sleep all day and all night, out of sight and out of mind. I don't want this anymore. No, I don't want this anymore. So the day draws to a close, and still what have I done? Seems like all I do is sit and stare at that same white wall every day. Now the walls are closing in on me. The room gets smaller every day.
Smaller
And I
every
can
day.
see the door in front of me. It's open just a crack, but not enough for me to see the world I am so desperate to step out into, live my life through. But how can I without you? I keep closing my eyes and drifting away, 'cause every day is always the same, and I don't want this anymore. No, I don't want this anymore. All I do is sleep all day and all night, out of sight and out of mind. Oh, oh, to go on without her. She's the one that made me strong, but I don't have her anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. She may not be near, but she will always be right here, and you've got a lot of life in store. Live like her forevermore. I'm not alone, that's for sure. This is bigger than us, so much bigger than us. We've gotta find our voice, stand and make some noise. Time for hiding is done, take the momentum and run. This may be bigger than us, but it has to start with us. You can silence our noise, can take away our voice. Get your priorities straight, look at the mess you've made. You can silence our noise, can take away our voice. Get your priorities straight, look at the mess you've made. This is bigger than us, so much bigger than us. We've gotta find our voice, stand and make some noise. Time for hiding is done, take the momentum and run. This may be bigger than us, but it has to start with us.